everyone, welcome back. So it's time for another Shop My Stash video, and I film this at the end of the month, so this is typically the last video I put up in the calendar month, and it's where I choose some makeup to be working on for the upcoming month. So I will be picking out some makeup to use for April, and that sounds really weird because I don't know where March has gone. It feels like March has just flown by. So yeah, I'm going to pick out some makeup to work on in April. Now I do usually, or say usually, how I kind of structured it this year, I do usually start these videos with makeup on. I usually film me choosing my makeup first and then putting it on, so I've got makeup on for when I talk through the items that I was working on. But I haven't done that today because I don't really know what makeup I want to go for. I'm a bit kind of stuck as to what I want to choose. So I'm going to talk to you about the items I was working on in March, and I'm going to do that makeup free, so you're just going to have to deal with my non-made up face for a little bit, and then we will choose some makeup and then I will put it on. Okay, let's get on and talk about the products then, and in total I had 3, 6, 9, 12 items to include in my Shop My Stash, and although I've said I don't know what items I want to include in next month's, I don't think I want to include as many as 12 items, because when I go to put my makeup on in the morning, I get my makeup bag here and I put the items I want to put on in this bag, and this bag is full, and it's full of Project Pan, Shop My Stash, eyeshadow palettes from my Pan in Every Eyeshadow Palette Challenge, and I lay it all out in front of me, and there are so many products that I'm putting on my face every day. Now the final look doesn't look like I'm wearing lots of different items because I go for quite a natural look despite using loads of products, but I am getting to the point where I'm like, that's a lot of products I'm putting on my face every day, so I don't think I want to go for as many items in this month's Shop My Stash. Well, I'm going to try at least. But anyway, let's just start talking about the products that I was working on. First one, Vive bronzer. This is their bronzing duo in the shade Light. I have a bronzer in my Project Pan, the Fenty powder bronzer, so that's been my primary focus in terms of bronzers. So this one I have only used 5 times. Gorgeous bronzer though, really, really beautiful. Such a natural flush of bronze. It's not really muddy and it's not really orange. It is a very natural shade of bronze on myself, so I do really enjoy this. I tend to mix the two colours together. I don't really go for a bit more dimension. I just kind of get my brush in and mix the two together and see what kind of bronze effect I have on afterwards. But because you have light 1 and light 2, you can, you know, either go for light 1 and then when you tan a bit you can go for light 2, or you can do a bit of light 2 up here for a bit more dimension. But if you're a little bit more, not so much lazier with makeup like I am, I just apply both of them at the same time. So next I've got a couple of blushes. I have my newest and my oldest blusher. I did use both of these 15 times. Newest blusher is the Vive Sunset Blush Balm in Pesca, and then my oldest blusher is Milani Luminoso, and these two together pair well, really well. These pair really well together, these blushes. So you can use your liquid one first to get that kind of bit of pigment down on the face, use some setting spray to set it, and then I go in over the top with the powder blusher, and that just helps with depth of colour and also the longevity of my makeup as well, because the liquid one kind of acts like a base and then the powder one, I suppose, kind of like seals it in. Really beautiful blushes, both of them. The Vive one it's not super pigmented, so I do apply like a good line up my face, so you can apply a fair amount of it, but you can build it up as well. However, like I say, I build it up with the powder one from Milani. This is Luminoso, and this is a really beautiful, brighter peach. This is actually more of a coral. The Vive one is more of like a true peach, a true orange peach. The Milani one is a coral, so it is that bit brighter, and this also has a bit of shimmer in it as well, so you get a bit of a sheen on the skin. So you don't have to go in with highlighter afterwards if you don't want to. If you love that highlight look, then obviously go in with your highlighter, but for me, I like this without highlighter on top. Beautiful blushes, and I've actually mentioned in my more makeup that I want to pan video that I do want to pan both of these because I use these a lot, so I feel like this would be a little bit of an easy win. You know, I don't want to just focus on panning items that I don't like or that are very close to being used up. I want to pan my favourite items, or the items that I really get a lot of use out of. My focus eyeshadow palette this month was ABH Norvina, because this is kind of this is full of like spring tones, because it is, you know, quite pastely, quite pink and purple. However, I'm not touching the pink and purples in this palette because they do not suit my complexion, my colouring, so I am just kind of sticking shocker if you're a regular, to the neutrals in here. So these few here are beautiful. Summer, Summer is my favourite eyeshadow shade at the moment. It is stunning. Also like Incense, bit of a centric up there as well. So there's more shades in this palette that I'm not using than I am using, and I want to talk about that a little bit more in my Pan in Every Eyeshadow palette update video about what I want to do with this palette. But beautiful palette. This doesn't seem to take that quickly to hit pan on these shades compared to Modern Renaissance. I feel like I've hit pan in the Modern Renaissance shades a lot quicker than this one. So with Summer, I've been using this most days and I don't really have much of a dip going on. So yeah, this one is going to take quite some time to see some progress in. But yeah, a beautiful palette for spring. Oh, I don't think I said I used that one 18 times. Right, then I included my 3 newest eyeshadow singles. So let's start off with the Lisa Eldridge one. I only used this one twice, and that's really because I've got that Pan in Every Eyeshadow palette challenge going on, and this is what I mean when I said that I feel like I'm putting on a lot of makeup. I am, but I'm still not able to use all of the makeup lots of times that I'm including in these challenges, so that's really why I don't want to be including as many items next month, well, in this rotation. This is Madrigal. This is a shimmery, like yellow green, beautiful shade of green for me, for warm complexion, for autumns, and I think this was the one that I put on in my last Shop My Stash video, and I seem to recall that I didn't get lots in terms of like colour payoff, but I used a brush. With this type of eyeshadow, use your finger. With shimmery shades, using your finger to apply the product, you more often than not get a much better payoff in terms of colour and pigmentation and wow, and that is how I used it the grand total of 2 times. So yeah, definitely use your finger with these types of eyeshadows, and it's a beautiful, beautiful colour. I think this one will be a lot more relevant maybe as we progress more into spring and also into summer as well, but a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. Okay, the next 2 are my Kiko single eyeshadows. First up is 208. I use this one 4 times. This is the water eyeshadow, and I've mentioned when I speak about this product that I really struggle to apply this because you've got to apply it wet. If you apply it dry, you don't really get much in terms of pigment at all. It's really kind of just a bit of like a sheer wash of colour. So I have tried a few ways to apply this. I've used a wet brush, I've used a wet, getting my finger wet and then putting it in there and applying it. I've put setting spray on my brush as well, and one of the 4 times that I wore this, it did actually look alright, but it's a really, really tricky product to use. It sounds like it should be simple. You wet your brush and you put it on and it's fine, but no, that's not really the case, because your eyelids then feel really wet. You get a lot of creasing going on as well, and it doesn't really stay on your lids as well. This fades really, really quickly. So what I have decided to do with this one is that I am gonna declutter it. Now, where my makeup collection is, I don't know, it really depends on your perspective, kind of small-ish. I don't think I'm going to have lots of makeup that I am going to declutter, so I'm not going to save items for a declutter video. I'm just going to declutter them as and when I find makeup items to declutter. So I am going to declutter this one in this video. This one is going to be gone. Now, the one time that this did work, I thought, oh, actually that does look quite pretty, but the thing is I have lots of colours that are very, very similar to this, so I know that if I was to keep this, I wouldn't reach for this because it's really tricky to use. I would use my eyeshadow palettes instead. So I know I'm not going to get any use out of this if I keep it, so I will be decluttering this one. The next one I wore 2 times. This was part of their Joyful Holiday collection. This is the shade Green Chords. Beautiful, beautiful, like dark, cool green colour. A lovely, lovely shade, but it is not my colour at all. It is far too dark for me, and it is cool toned and I need warm toned shades. I only wore it twice, and both times I wore it, I looked at myself in the mirror and went, oh my goodness, you look awful in this, because it just made my eyes look so sunken. It sucked any life out of the colour of my eyes. It really highlighted my dark circles. So although the colour of this eyeshadow is beautiful, it's not beautiful on me. It just doesn't work on me. And it's really interesting now that I'm for the majority of the time I'm wearing my autumn colours. When I don't, you can really notice the difference. So not my colour. This is going to be another one that I'm going to declutter. One that is my colour though, this eye wand from Vive. This is in the shade Camel. This is the darker of the two eye wands that I have. This one is a very warm mid-toned brown. This is a beautiful colour, absolutely beautiful. So easy to use as well. You just draw it on your eyelid, get a fluffy brush and blend it out. I tend to set it with a bit of a similar coloured eyeshadow over the top, and that's just because my eyelids are quite oily and I find that that lasts for a good amount of the day as well. So excellent eye wands. I really do enjoy using these, and these were also a couple of other items that I spoke about in my more makeup that I want to pan. It's not because I don't like them, it's because they have, what's it, 6 month? No, they have a 12-month shelf life, and I'm pretty sure they're past that shelf life now. So I need to get them used up before the quality starts to degrade. But it's an item that I'm going to really enjoy when I am trying to use it up. I have a Kiko eyeliner in the shade 10. It is a green shade. It's like a green olivey shade. Beautiful colour. This one I did only use 4 times, so not a load of times, but I do have a couple of other eyeliners in my project pan that I tend to use over this one. This one I included just so I can get it used a little bit more regularly. I have no urgency, no want or desire to pan this item. I really enjoy this item, and I'm happy for this to stay in my collection for as long as it likes. But this is just a really lovely eyeliner to wear in place of like your standard black or brown. I don't really wear black eyeliner anymore, so it's nice to switch it up from brown and just wear something a little bit more colourful, but not really out there and vibrant. It's still a subtle bit of colour, but a colour that's complementary. And also this is long lasting because I've just put it on my hand and I'm trying to wipe it off with a tissue and it is not budging. So I think that's going to have to stay on my hand for the rest of the video. Lips next. One lip liner I included, NYX Natural. This is a very obviously natural pink colour. This is a really good colour for me to get that My Lips But Better shade, and I know that's something that a lot of people say when they speak about colours like this, but this one really is. So I've got nothing on my lips at the moment and you can see that they are quite pale. This one just provides a little bit more pigment, so this is lovely for just giving a little bit of colour to my lips but not making it look like I've got a load of lip makeup on. Really beautiful quality lip liners as well. They don't drag on your lips, they're not really harsh and drying. They have really great staying power as well, and they're a real bargain. I really do enjoy NYX lip liners. I much prefer them over, say, you know, MAC or Vive. Much better quality and for a fraction of the price as well. And this is also a really nice lip liner to wear with my autumn pink lipstick as well. So as autumns we don't really get a load of pinks, but this is a really flattering warm pink. Has a little bit of brown in it as well, so it's not like a overly pink, like bubblegum pink type colour. It does have a bit of that earthy browniness behind it. I included 2 House of Colour lip products. First up is one of their liquid lipsticks. This is the only liquid lipstick that I own from House of Colour, but there are 2 others that are suggested for autumns and I might get one of them. So this one is shade 110, and this one looks quite dark and quite purple in the tube, but it's not. It's a really beautiful browny pink, a very natural looking brown pink neutral colour on me. Pairs lovely with that NYX lip liner as well. This is slightly drying. Now it's a liquid lip, so it's never going to be the most hydrating lip product that you'll put on, so it will always have a little bit of dryness behind it, but top it with a bit of lip gloss, solved. And the formulation of these, they're really thin, so, but although they're thin, they have a great amount of pigment behind them as well, so they don't go streaky or patchy on your lips, but the thinness of the formulation makes it really comfortable and easy to apply. And it's got a doe foot applicator as well, so you can be quite precise with it. I really enjoy this, and it's nice to have a pink option within my lip colours to go for. And last item is a lip gloss from House of Colour. This is 66, and this one I think is Warm Apricot, so the lightest of the lip glosses for autumns. This is lovely to give a little bit of colour to the lips. These are really pigmented though, so the shade that you see in this tube is the shade that you're going to get on your lips, and I love that about these lip glosses, because where in the past I bought coloured lip glosses like this, you just get a bit of sheen. You don't really get a lot of pigment, but with these ones you do, so that is brilliant about them. This one I wore 6 times. Really enjoyed wearing this one alone, but I also wore it on top of other sort of lip colours within my project pan and Shop My Stash as well. So beautiful, beautiful lip glosses. I'm really enjoying wearing my House of Colour lip glosses at the moment. Okay, so those were the items I was working on in March. We now need to go to my dressing table and pick out some items for April, and talking through these makeup items hasn't actually made it any clearer what I want to choose. So yeah, I've got really no idea what makeup I'm going to pick out, but let's go and have a look and see what I decide anyway. Okay, so I've got some cheek items here and a little bit of eyes. So let's start with this and see what I want to include. So I think I'm going to go for my cream bronzer from Revolution. I love this item, but I haven't really used it in the past week or two. So I want to start using this one a bit more regularly, because like I say, I really do love it. So there's no reason why I shouldn't be using it that regularly. So let's include that one as a reminder to use it. Milani Luminoso, that one's going to be a no, but I will go for my Rare Beauty blusher. This is the Melting blusher in the shade Nearly Apricot. This is so beautiful. This is like a really toned down version of Joy, the liquid blusher from Rare Beauty. Love this one, so let's go for that. A no to that, a no to that. Let's go over here. So this is my Vive face palette in, is this one in Dawn? Yes, in Dawn. I think I'm just going to focus on the highlighter in this palette, so let's go for that one as well. No for my Vive bronzer, but I do want to go for Vive Pesca to layer over the top of the Rare Beauty blusher. This one is the powder version of the Sunset Blush Balm that I was working on, so a pure peach shade. This is a eyeshadow palette, that one can be a no. Got some samples, and then a Vive face powder, just a plain light face powder. That one can also be a no for now. Oh, before I forget, so when I filmed my More Makeup That I Want to Pan video, I put those items in here. So some of them were already Shop My Stash and Project Pan items, so they're in my drawer of my dressing table, but the rest I put in here. So let's go through these ones and see what I want to include. Now I think some of these I've kind of earmarked for my next Project Pan, so there might not really be many that I will include, but let's just see what we've got. Oh, let's include this. This is my Vive Eye Wand in Sand. So this is slightly lighter than Camel. This one is more of a truer natural eyeshadow base for me. So yeah, let's include this one. What else have we got in here? So lip balm, that can wait. The concealer, I think I'm going to include my Project Pan. That lip liner can wait. Let's include my Kiko lip gloss in the shade 19, because this can pair really nicely with the V Velvet Sands lip liner in my Project Pan. So that's that bag done. So I have the Pan in Every Eyeshadow Palette challenge going on, but I think I want to include one eyeshadow single, and the one that I've got my eye on is this one here. I can't get it out, but I think this one is a Makeup Geek shade. I can't remember what it's called. I will need to check my makeup inventory, but this one is a very beautiful, like light shimmery peach, and I think that one will be really lovely for April for a bit of spring makeup. And I think I want my focus palette to be Urban Decay Naked Heat. I tend to focus on this one a bit more in the autumn months, but actually because I like more of the lighter colours in this palette and not the darker ones, I think quite a lot of these work for the spring months as well, and also summer. So yeah, I think I want this one to be my focus palette this month. Okay, I've got some foundations here. I'm not going to include these. I think when it comes to my next Project Pan update, I'll explain what I'm going to do with foundations, but I'm not going to include any for now. That was the liquid lip that I was working on rather. This mini Mac Stack mascara, you know what, I think I'm going to declutter this, because this is a black and I don't wear black mascara, and I've had this open for a few months and I've used it like once. So yeah, actually I think that's going to be another item I'm going to declutter. Let's do that now. Glitter Primer, that can be a no. I worked on that last month, that can be a no. I will include Joy at some point, but not this month. I've got 2 blushes currently. Back here is a clear lip gloss. I'm going to say no because I have one lip gloss that I've just chosen and then another lip gloss in my project pan. Eyeliners. I think the only one I'm going to include is this nude one by Peaches and Cream. Right, so for lips, I've got this Kiko lip gloss that I've just chosen, but then I've also got another lip gloss in my project pan and a brown lip liner in my project pan. So I think what I might do is just include a pink lip liner so that can go under the lip gloss in my project pan, because I don't want to have too many lip items going on. So I've only got two pink lip liners, Natural, which I was working on, and then I have this one here called Peekaboo Neutral, which is here. So you can see in comparison to Natural, Peekaboo Neutral is more pink. It doesn't have as much sort of like brown behind it. So yeah, I think I'll include that one, and then I think that is it. Okay, so I've just done some of my base. So I use my NYX primer that's in my project pan along with the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation and Vive Concealer. So next I'm just going to use some of my NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel, the clear one. And I skipped over me doing my base because they weren't Shop My Stash items and it's just a base routine. It's pretty standard, so thought you don't really kind of need to see that. If you want to see that, I do have a few videos up recently where I've done like a full face of favourites, full face of Vive, so maybe go and check those out. Right, whilst that eyebrow gel sets, let's use my Revolution cream bronzer. My stall has been really creaky. I think I need to get a bit of WD-40 or something on it because it's so noisy. I need to wait for it to stop creaking sometimes before I speak in these videos. Love this bronzer. It's just so easy to use and it's a really natural bit of bronze. Okay, let's go for my Rare Beauty blusher next in the shade Nearly Apricot. These ones aren't as scary as the liquid blushes. These are a lot easier to build up as well, I find. I'm not sure whether it's just the shade of the liquid blusher from Rare Beauty that I've got, but it's very intense, like it's a bit scary, whereas this one is a bit more up my street. It's a bit softer, a bit gentler. Just filling my brows a little bit with the Kiko brow pencil. And just set my face with some of the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. And just going to set my T-zone and under my eyes with Laura Mercier loose powder. Just doing a bit of powder bronzer, not much, just over the top with my Fenty powder bronzer in Shady Beers. Got a nice big pan going on in this now. Let's use some of Vive Pesca along with the blush balm. This is arguably my favourite blusher. It's so natural on me. I've just changed the battery, but we're looking like we're kind of leaning to the side. Not sure what's gone on with that. Anyway, we'll just continue. The Vive powder highlighter next from that face palette. Onto the eyes, I'm going to use the Vive eyeshadow stick in Sand as an eyeshadow primer. So you just draw it on your lid, fluffy brush, blend it out. Let's use some of that eyeshadow single that I can't remember the name of. I'm pretty sure that is Makeup Geek though, but what the name of it is called, I do not know. Gonna apply this with my finger. That's really rather pretty. That is very spring-like, that shade. Nice. I'm going to add a bit of Sourced from Urban Decay Naked Heat. Just put a bit of that in the crease. Try and look straight ahead when I do this. Bit of Ounce, that shimmery champagne shade, in my inner corner and under the brow bone. I don't think I want to put eyeliner on this look. I like that this is quite kind of open and fresh and natural, so I don't think I want to put any like liquid liner or anything on my upper lash line. Just lining that bottom lash line with some of Sourced as well. Mascara done. I just did my usual 2 mascaras that I do, so a non-tubing one for volume and then a tubing one over the top, both brown. So let's put a bit of this Papyrus eyeliner in the waterline. Sorry if this is grossing you out. I'll try not to do that with my eye. A nude liner in the waterline is just so good for making your eyes look so much more awake and like open. And then let's finish up with lips. Let's go for Kiko 19 lip gloss. I'm just going to use this on its own. I do usually use it over the top of a lip liner, but I just want to kind of show you how it looks alone. So this is like a pinky brown neutral, so hopefully it'll go with the rest of the makeup okay. Yeah, so that's how that lip gloss looks. I'm happy with that. It's given a little bit of pigment, but the rest of the makeup is really like fresh and light and natural. So yeah, I'm happy with not adding any lip liner to that lip gloss. And then this is how it looks from zoomed away. So yeah, a very natural but bright, pretty girly spring makeup look. So yeah, very much still my kind of makeup look because there's not a load really going on. It's all just very light, like I say, very natural. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Please also let me know how you structure your kind of like shop my stashes, weekly makeup baskets, things like that. Do you go weekly? Do you go monthly? How do you make sure you regularly rotate through your makeup collection? Please do let me know in the comments down below. Have a lovely rest of your day, everybody, and I will see you again very, very soon for my empties and then Project Pan and Pan and Every eyeshadow palette updates. See you soon. Bye.